everyone, my name is Anna. Welcome to my channel. This video is part 1 in a series that I'm calling Creative Fire, that is dedicated to unfolding the subject of creative energy and to hopefully bring some power and some clarity and even some productivity to our creative projects or simply just to our creative temperament as INFPs. Part 1 of Creative Fire is on the subject of nothingness, otherwise known as the void, based on the premise that from nothing arises something, or that we create from nothing. When I talk about nothingness, I'm talking about the place of pure energy, pure potential, pure possibility. In other words, the foundation from which creativity arises. What I want to look at is how does nothingness occur within our lives. I broke it down into 3 categories, of course. The first one, dissolution or death. The second one, construction or birth. And the third one is what I perceive to be the INFP personality type's special relationship with the void. So the first category, dissolution or death. The area of life where we experience something turning into nothing. The area of life where things are destroyed and break apart and dissolve, ranging from peaceful endings to tragedies and losses and devastations. Areas of life that can be chaotic and uncertain. Anything that takes the somethings and turns them into nothing, where we're placed into emptiness and nothingness and void. Oftentimes we don't choose these destructions and these endings. And oftentimes they don't happen just to us, but they happen collectively. Sometimes we do choose these endings and dissolutions because it serves us better to return to nothing than to keep that something going. And as painful and difficult as it can be to live through, it does place us back into that place of pure potential. Another way that dissolution can occur is actually through the act of healing ourselves. Oftentimes when we're healing ourselves, we're actually breaking down or breaking apart existing patterns or habits or traumas or memories that need to be dissolved in order to return to a state of emptiness and nothingness, where we are no longer controlled by those existing somethings or existing forms that no longer serve us and are actually hurting us. In the category of construction, or birth as I call it, to me these are the experiences in life that oftentimes we create in order to create nothingness for ourselves in a very peaceful way, such as seeking solitude or creating space in our lives, or creating stillness through meditation, giving birth to nothing purposefully, through actions and structures that allow for nothingness to return, to diminish noise, to diminish busyness, quiet the mind, to quiet the body. These are all arts of nothingness that give birth to emptiness. Another area that ironically creates a certain kind of void is actually falling in love. When we come into contact with something that opens us up so drastically, in a way we're losing what we once knew and we're entering into the unknown. I see it as the space being created from which we can create relationship. Third category, how do I perceive that INFPs have a special relationship with the void? You know, us quintessential daydreamers, this kind of intangible daydreaming nebulous quality that we have, oriented as we are towards our feeling, internal, intangible landscape, and externally with NE being in the state of intuitive possibility, searching and exploring. I think that INFP's mystical quality comes from the fact that we're often voyaging very close to emptiness or nothingness. We have this capacity to be very close to uncertainty and very close to the unknown and very close to this landscape of nothingness. There's a state of coming into that silence and stillness and solitude that in some ways is kind of like our home territory. I think INFPs have a really special relationship with nothingness because I think that in many ways, the space in between, the space of emptiness is very close to, if not our homeland. Nothingness, whether we choose it or it chooses us, whether it's difficult and painful or peaceful and regenerating is the foundation for something to arise from, is the foundation for our creative energy to give birth to some things. This place of nothingness, as uncomfortable or comfortable as it may be, is a place of pure potential and pure energy. And in my opinion, in order to best use our creative force and our creative fire and our creative potential, we need to accept and attune ourselves to this space of nothingness. As painful or as peaceful as it may be, it does contain with it the potential for creativity. So that is why I consider it the foundation for our creative fire. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you next time for part 2 of Creative Fire, which will be about listening.